They posted this in the forum. They posted this.
Oh shit! Just that. Just that.
Just that. Personas started it. Maybe is there a competition thing where they're like holding out on that technology and they don't want to give it to ImageLine because they're competing with them with Studio One? We're sitting there talking for a good like 2 hours just about different features. So I'm like getting like some insider information, but like, yo, welcome to another episode of the Larry Ohh Show. As always, got my co-host to the left of me.
What's going on, y'all? It's John Phelps.
I'm Larry Ohh. This is an FL Studio podcast where we talk about everything FL Studio and music production related.
You know it.
Every single week, we give away all of my courses to 5 people in the comments here on YouTube. All you got to do to enter is comment the keyword or the key phrase that you hear somewhere in this episode. Throw it down in the comments on YouTube. And every week, I pick 5 winners to win every single one of my courses from YoHelpMe.com.
You get a course. You get a course. We gotta start fielding like when like people's cookups and stuff, like something. We gotta get the community like sending.
I want to do a live. I want to do a live pod, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to do a live pod. I think that would be
a live pod would go
so dope,
so crazy.
Yeah,
so
it's just
crazy.
a matter of like a time thing. We just have to do it when we're here. Like, I mean, that's the only thing schedule wise between the studio, me, you.
Yeah,
I think we just gotta run one day
for sure.
It's not like it's that much of a difference from what we're doing now. It's just like because there's not even much editing that's involved. Sometimes we edit things out if there's like some sort of technical issue, but. I mean, there was we haven't done one of these episodes in a while. I mean, I get right into it, right? That we haven't had anything really. FL Studio updates, FL Studio news. It's been pretty quiet.
It's been kind of quiet.
Been kind of quiet. And it's because I think they're gearing towards FL Studio 25.
Okay.
Because now they're going by the year. They've made that move like a lot of other companies have made where they just kind of either go by the year or they go by whatever. They make these big
like
jumps.
a name or something.
Yeah, because they went from 21 to 24, and now from what I've heard too, like explained from employees there when I was at NAMM, that they're just gonna go year by year now. So every year there's gonna be a big update at some point in that year. Right now we're already 3 months in, but we are still sort of new to the whole year thing. We did it. I think it was like towards the end of 2024. It wasn't at the beginning, but big update coming. And they showed a little bit of a teaser. They're so good at doing these like teasers, bro.
A little something on the forums,
just something
or
so
on the
stupid
site or whatever?
On the forums, of course. Like if you're new to the podcast and you don't know what we talk about here, we do these every once in a while where we do these big FL Studio news updates. We have one today, and it's all in the forums. If you're not hip to the forums, I'll throw a link down in there. But like all you gotta do is like legit Google. Like you gotta have an account to really go in depth, like an ImageLine account, which almost everybody does, right? Sign into it, and then every bit of news starts there. It's in written form. It's kind of old school, but it's always been like that, and it's always been there. And there's a crazy community in those forums. But I won't drag this on too much longer. I go on, and I don't know where I caught wind of this, but I'm like, yo, this is something that they've been talking about for a while. The community's been talking about for a while. And like I always said, FL Studio listens. So how much, you probably had this issue. Have you ever run out of mixer tracks?
Nah. In the thing? Yeah.
Like over here, like you're maxed out, like at at 125.
I've never ran out of them, but I could see why you might.
I figured like you have
if you're doing an orchestra or some live bands, you're micing everything up, like maybe you could for sure.
So there's a lot of people that have that issue. I don't even know how, to be honest.
That's crazy.
I've come sort of close, especially with songs that we've done in the past.
Yeah, you layering
where it's like you're layering
up,
guitars.
Stacks,
You got a ton of guitars going. You got a ton of instruments going on, a ton of vocals, scratch vocals, demo vocals. I mean, the session can get crazy real quick.
Yeah.
So I've come close. I think I've gotten up to like 85, 90. That's as far as I've gotten. And even then, I probably consolidated a bunch too, and that's where I was because I'm super like OCD with it.
Yeah.
But
if you've been in a session with Larry, you know he'll like organize the whole shit.
I'll take a minute. Yeah. I'll in the creation process. I'm going in the flow, and then like I'll say, all right, I got to stop for a minute, or if you're taking a break, or if I'm just not feeling creation in that moment, I'll go clean up, consolidate, do that kind of thing.
Right.
Well, they posted this in the forum. And people, I feel like, just went kind of nuts, right? They posted this.
Oh, shit. Just that.
Just that. Talk about a teaser, bro.
That's hilarious. Wow.
Yep. And this is going to be with FL 2025 or FL 25. So you have this plus button, and there's really not much explanation that they have on here. But if you've ever run out of mixer tracks, your problems are about to be solved, which I don't understand how. I really don't understand how that can happen.
Yeah.
Because on top of that, the other workaround is just throwing patcher on something. Or like consolidating or like bussing things into a track. But I get it. I guess people have been asking for it. So this look at this is viewed 4,600 times. I don't know what this is though. Like, can anybody maybe explain what that is? And are they blurring something out to not show it right now? Like, what is this? It says 2 words that always seem to cause excitement. What 2 words though? Can you decipher what the hell that is?
Exciter? I don't know.
2 words that always seem to.
I'll tell you what you could do. You could probably, right click that image file and examine the metadata, see if they named it anything.
I bet you, with how smart they are, I bet you they blocked that.
They probably didn't.
Which way do you go?
Oh, I don't know. I was talking shit. But maybe you can inspect. That'll give you the whole page though. You can maybe see if there's any file name.
Here's the screenshot, but no file name. 1 click area. See, I'm telling you, they know.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing, bro. And if there's any loophole, they close it.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, FL closes the loopholes. Like they know.
Mid side. So is that like an EQ maybe, like a side
like,
EQ or a true peak?
Merc, can you look at this thing? Maybe you have an idea what this might be.
You're gonna have a special appearance from
engineer Merc of the Boiler Room Studio.
He probably not even.
So like they posted this teaser right for FL25 with the mixer, right? And then right under, and this is this guy Scott, which he's an image line administrator, like big wig over there. And then right underneath it, they put this 2 words that always seem to cause excitement, and I don't know what it is. Like, just I see mid-side true peak, mid-side EQ,
mid-side EQ, but nobody gets excited over mid-side EQs.
Right.
The only thing I could think of, like a multi-band clipper.
A multi-band clipper, maybe.
Tell you what, if anybody in the comments watching this episode right now has any ideas, drop it in the comments because we're at a loss right now. We got.
I could probably
find. What confuses me is that it has the two squares. If it was multi-band is usually more than just two bands,
Yeah.
2 bands.
And they're blurring.
Can't pop out with 2 bands.
And they're blurring shit out, right?
I think that's what that is. Yeah, they scrambled it.
So like, I just clicked, something happened somewhere.
Maybe it's some sort of like a.
I have finally seen true beauty. It's breathtaking. All right, so tell us what it is for the dumb people over here.
Button.
Does that mean I can finally have separate faders for all of my
math equation vocals?
Yeah, whatever that is. Vocals,
yo, I don't know, carrot, yo.
Everybody
that's when I tapped out of
ARA.
math. When they started putting like fake ass numbers and symbology in math, that's when I tapped out. I'm like, I'm not dealing with that. Interesting. What about ARA?
Anytime FL has an update, everybody asks, what about ARA?
Do they have it?
No, everybody wants it though.
What's ARA?
ARA is like, so if you have Melodyne, right now the way it is, you have to play the audio through.
Yes.
Where if you have ARA, you just click on the audio file and everything's you just start working.
Oh, shit.
Same thing with Vocaline.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why Vocaline, when I use Vocaline in FL Studio, I have to literally like, is this why, Merc? Like, so like, I have to play it so it captures it.
Yes.
And then if it captures it, I make my adjustments inside of Vocaline, and then those are there, but they're still inside Vocaline. I don't touch the audio that's in my playlist, right? I don't replace it.
No, but if you render it,
it'll render with that on it.
Yeah.
But like the reason why so the ARA would skip the process of me having to hit capture and listen to the vocal.
Exactly.
Wow. So yeah, we need it. Yeah, we need it. So
need it.
Who has that? Like Cubase has that. Pro Tools got to have it.
Pro Tools just got it not too long ago. Studio One has it.
Yep. Pretty much everybody else has it. Because every time there's an update, there's at least 5 people like on the forum or even in the comments on Instagram. Like if I post an update or something like that, or they post an update it's like there's a handful of comments in there like, we need ARA. What about ARA? We need it. And is that the same?
People are mixing it.
Yeah. There's got to be like, do you know like the technicality behind ARA, like what it takes to get that involved, like in a software, like, because it must be difficult if they haven't done it.
Once it started, a lot of plugins came up with it.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like it was like this big technological thing that stopped people from doing it, because like once it became popular, like all of a sudden you had multiple plugins that were ARAs appropriately.
Okay. And it stands for Audio Random Access. ARA stands for Audio Random Access and is a Pro Tools it's because it's a Pro Tools technology? Is that why? And then maybe Pro Tools licenses that out to people?
I don't know. That's weird because Pro Tools was like the last ones to have it.
It says it's a Pro Tools. I mean, this is coming from homerecordingpro.com, so who knows? All right, this is from a Lander blog. All right, Lander blog says it stands for Audio Random Access. It's an audio plugin extension that enables greater communication with your DAW. Developed in 2018 as a joint effort between Presonus. Presonus started it. So maybe is there a competition thing where they're like holding out on that technology and they don't want to give it to ImageLine because they're competing with them with Studio One?
But why would they give it to Cubase and why would they give it to everyone else?
I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I don't know. Maybe they couldn't come to, because they probably have to license it. So maybe they can't come to an agreement on the licensing, and maybe ImageLine is trying to create their own that does that.
I could see that because the way that ImageLine moves, it just seems like they want to be their own.
But then if they did, then they'd have to have the plugin companies do whatever it is that ImageLine wants to do. You know what I'm saying? So those plugin companies are less likely to adapt to one software than to a universal thing like that.
Oh, I got you. Side note from right now, but are you able to grab your audio off of one of these things like you did the last time?
I guess I can.
Because I think it'd be cool to throw in the episode, because I don't think they can hear you that much unless you can like crank one of these. We gotta get a Merc mic going again.
Yeah, we need the Merc mic and the Merc cam for sure.
The Merc mic and the Merc cam. But yeah, so that's ARA, and I think we definitely need it for that aspect alone. Well, I know from me personally, I don't use VocalLine too much. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the lack of ARA in FL, but I don't use it that much. I go for the manual, just slicing, dicing, nudging vocals around.
Hell yeah. Yep.
I don't know. Maybe I'm old school and I'm taking but for me, maybe that would fix
zip through that. Though.
Yeah, but maybe having ARA and FL would fix that for me, because I would, if I used a vocal line, I wouldn't have to say, let me not use it because I got to wait for the whole vocal to capture.
Right.
Like, you legit have to listen to the whole thing.
No, I know you would. I know you definitely would. You'd be like, bro, since I started, since I started doing this, so much time. I've saved so much time. So
right now,
I could see it being the thing that, like, Pro Tools and FL Studio needs.
Yeah. So, they need it, because every time they drop something, the comments are like flooded with, what about ARA? There it is. Right there. Interesting. Right. Let's change the subject right away. Interesting. What about ARA? Could we have, what the hell is that? And operators too? Different thing, different topic. But this is why the forums are so dope. Like, look at the conversations we're just getting into. Look at, again, down here, ARA conversations. Look at another one, different topic we talked about quite often. Too many big projects open and in progress. Need to wait until we are ready to host such a system. And we need to find a way that it works in a non-linear DAW. Not priority at this moment. There are more important things. I agree that it would be nice.
Is this the CEO?
It has to wait. No, this is somebody at technical support, though.
It is.
Look at right here. Heavy.
Oh, shit.
Heavy?
He works at technical support.
Technical support. Real quick, want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor for today's episode, Lander. Lander is an awesome website for producers, artists, anybody that's DIY. They have a ton of different plugins, including Lander AI Mastering. A couple of them that I've been using a lot lately is this one by Synchro Arts called Vocal Line. You probably heard of it. Lines up your vocals, especially if you have layers, harmonies. Another great one is Repitch by Synchro Arts. It's a manual tuning plugin, super in-depth, really good for tuning vocals to get a natural sound out of them. One that I've been utilizing a lot is called Lander Stems plugin. Click and drag songs straight into it, instantly get the stems, and you're good to go. That being said, I'm going to leave a link down in the description below if you want to check out all of Lander's plugins and all they have to offer on the website. Let's get right back into the episode.
Wait, this is an answer. He's replying.
This is an answer.
I thought he was replying to
Me
the
too.
OP, being like, "Oh, this is dope," but
I'm realizing this right now in real time with you. So this is the technical support from ImageLine. All right, so here we go. I agree that it would be nice, but has to wait at the moment. Already had conversations with Celemony software in the past.
Yeah.
I wonder when people will start to ask for ARA2 when ARA is implemented.
Typical IT answer.
Yeah.
Just being like, that's cool. Like,
So
shouts
they've
out
already
to
had
Heavy.
Yeah, they've already had conversations with Celemony software in the past, which is the one that paired up with Personas.
Okay.
Celemony is Melodyne.
That's Melodyne.
Yeah.
So they own that technology, huh? So when they created Melodyne, they also created that. So it would work better.
Melodyne came before.
It came before?
Melodyne's been around.
But maybe what I'm saying is they created ARA so that way Melodyne would work better with DAWs. You know, would communicate better with them. Yeah, that's wild, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's I've never had the chance to dive into what the hell ARA is anyway.
It gets deep, bro.
Cubase has always had the pitch correction in it, right?
Yeah.
So to me, I feel like Studio One said, we're not gonna waste our time creating our own. Let's create something easier for them to use it with Melodyne. That's what it seems like to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that was the way they went about it.
Very interesting. Something that I never dove into, but always knew that I always knew that sucked about certain plugins in FL, but never knew that that's ARA was the reason, but have always heard the ARA conversations. Just like one of those things I never put two and two together. Yeah, that's the long and short of the news right here. These two things.
These two images got people buzzing right now.
They did, bro, in a couple of different ways, right?
Yeah.
So this, we're going to have an infinite. They didn't really elaborate on that either. Like, are we going to have now an infinite amount of mixer tracks?
Right.
Or are we
might be a whole separate window with just mixer tracks on it?
Or is it going to start? I think I also saw images of it starting with no mixer tracks or just one mixer track, and then you just add them as you need them. But then isn't that an extra step? You know what I'm saying? Instead of you just like, because when you're in here and you have like a bunch of stuff going on, it's so easy to just hit boom and throw that in there.
Yeah.
But if there's only one thing in here, or maybe it'll automatically create one for you when you do that. And then you don't have to hit the plus button. But if you're in the mixer, you can then hit the plus button as well. Or I'm speculating here and kind of thinking out loud, but I think that's going to be pretty cool. And I'm sure this is like the tip of the iceberg with the updates that they're going to have in FL25 because there's no way that's going to be the main focus. There's no way that's going to be it. With the
FL Studio Plus.
Yeah, bro. I'm really curious about this. They really created some buzz with this right here.
Like soft clipper, maybe? Two words that always cause excitement. Like soft clipper always gets me excited when I hear a soft clipper.
Maybe it's another soft clipper, but True Peak. All right, like let's Google. Let's try to decipher.
True.
Plugin with True Peak and
whoever edits it gotta do
like
like one of them crime show like look up. They gotta do the detective work.
Let's see, like, what if there's a plugin that has that type of stuff on it? I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it like this.
Oh, what's that?
It might be a limiter. It might be a limiter.
I think so, because if you got True Peak, then...
To limiting, right? Or is maybe related to soft clipping as well? Or maybe it's just a limiter. So maybe it's hard clipping and soft clipping. And maybe you can change it back and forth between a hard clip and a soft clip. That'd be kind of fire. Maybe that's what they're these buttons. So we got 1, 2, 3. There's like a big button here.
Yep.
And then who knows what all this stuff is. We got an out. Damn.
They scrambled it too.
Yeah, they really scrambled it. Thanks, Image Line, for teasing me.
Yo, AI, fix this image. Yo, ChatGPT, fix this image right quick.
You know what I did one day too on here? This is why you got to go on the forums if you want. If you're a nerd like me, you click on Scott because he's usually the one that announces all this stuff. I mean, he's like the guy that does it. You click on his name and then you can search for any posts from him.
Oh.
Then you could see what the new stuff is. All right, so this is from the 27th. And he's responding to a question. Can I stop FL Studio's mixer from stereo summing? That's another question I got because I'm not like big and nerdy into the mixing stuff. What is summing? You know what summing is? Summing.
That's like sending your like vocals to one track.
Oh, okay. I call that bussing, but I'm probably using it wrong. Am I using it wrong when I say bus?
No, because it's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Sending it to a bus.
Okay.
From stereo
or an auxiliary, right? An auxiliary is that the same term too? So there's three names.
Groups.
Like, bro, there's 5 names to the one thing. Like in music, summing, grouping, bussing, aux. There's 4 right there. It's probably more. Who knows? That's crazy. All right, so and he just says the manual needs this information. I also discovered this recently after more than 10 years of using FL Studio, LOL. The manual has this information in the exact place you should start looking. Mixer page, panning control. No one reads it. He says no one reads it.
Shouts out to Scott, bro. Yo, if you ever want to come on the pod,
I would love to have somebody from the team. I've been trying to line up with Josh over there. He's the artist relations dude.
Mm-hmm.
And just to have him on, because he's like, he hasn't been with the company like a ton of time, but you would never guess it if you had a conversation with him. If you had a conversation with him, you'd think he'd be like one of the founders type shit. He's like really knows his stuff. Really knows his stuff. See? This is what I was looking at right here. This is from Scott. Of course, the mixer is resizable. Stop causing trouble. He says, because somebody said, nice, just out of curiosity, may I see a screenshot of the mixer with one track, please? Hey, he got him. Wow, and he sent it. So this is where I was saying a few minutes ago, like I saw something like this with one mixer track. So that's how it's going to look, I'm guessing. All right. I want to know why is nobody talking about this, though?
Maybe it's a few comments down, or did we get to the bottom?
I don't know, bro. Somebody's saying about Edison. And of course, Edison still needs to be examined because it still has errors like the one described above. It has a lot of clicks, even in stereo areas, which is really stupid. Do you have this setting on or off? And it's just a stupid, like, I forgot what that's called. But like an in-out, like a crossfade. If you have Edison open. Yeah, you shouldn't be getting clicks and pops in Edison. If you are, it's like...
It's probably your buffer.
Yeah, smooth. Click-free smooth editing. Yeah, this is... They probably have it off.
You talking about like snap? Like the snap to grid type of thing? Or do you mean like audible clicks in the recording?
I don't know what the hell
at your
mean.
transient.
Like, what is it? He's like... He says that... has a lot of clicks even in stereo areas. Meaning probably it's audible clicks. Something that they can hear. I don't know.
You got to get your chops cleaner.
Right?
I'm just talking shit, bro. Get your chops.
So wait, there was another update in FL 24.2.2 that had some really cool stuff in it, and we never talked about it. Let me see if I can.
There's
find
just
it
so much. Maybe so much that comes out, and then you're like, let me get to the beat.
Yeah, bro, there's a lot of stuff.
You know
look at. Don't show any of these. People trying to track. October 24. All right, so here's some minor updates that happened if you missed it. I believe it's out by now. If not, whatever. I'll link it down in the description. I think. Well, I can tell right now. Let's see if we go to image line. This is how I always tell if I'm current. I go to download. I go to the website. I'll go to download. If it loads anytime today, it'd be nice.
Welcome to the next episode of the We got it open.
Yeah, so 24.2.2 is out. Mm-hmm. We've been talking about 25. That's going to come out at some point. We don't even have a beta yet of 25. We don't have, obviously, release candidates because those come after the betas. But FL 24.2.2 is out. And some of the new features, if you haven't gotten it yet, which probably a lot of people haven't because they didn't make many big adjustments or anything like that. But here's a list. It's just flex stuff, simplified the browser tabs. It's like little things. That new transporter plugin. Mm-hmm. Remember we talked about that?
Yep.
So now the plugin sounds the same at different sample rates. So
okay.
That was a cool plugin, though, by the way. I got to use this way more. Remember we did an episode on this?
Yeah, quick.
We talked about it, and we threw samples in there. It's really, really dope. I got to use it more. I definitely got to use that more. But let's go back to here. What else? Asked to restart the program after changing the thick lines option. I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's all minor stuff. Let me just breeze through it real quick. I don't think anything. I just like to do these updates now, like whenever they come through, because I know it's just gonna perform better. And look how many bug fixes they go through every time, bro. It's so crazy. Damn. Like they get every detail. Like they know when things crash because a lot of people do those reports.
Yep.
Where if they have the beta or release candidate, they legit will. You know when things crash and it's like, oh, do you want to send us a report?
Right.
And you always click no.
It's like, nah, I don't care.
There's mad people that do.
I do actually.
And they get all this information, bro. Their developers are like just next level.
Yep.
Next level type stuff.
We got Scott in the forums being the MVP, man. That's showing a lot of. This is the Scott cast right now. You know what I mean?
Bro, you got to go in the forums if you want to know this stuff and you want to know ahead of time. I'm dropping a secret. Anytime I do a big update for the pod, it's because I'm hip to the forum or Twitter. I see somebody put it on Twitter from the forum though. It always originates from the forum.
Yeah.
When they don't want to make like big news, but they want to get a group of people that are into testing things and using beta and getting information, they drop it on the forum every single time. That's gonna be pretty dope. I'm excited.
When did they drop FL 24? Was that like any month in particular? And was it like Christmas time or something?
I think it was. It was pretty recent, which is why like the wait between 24 and 25 makes sense. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Release date. It was it's definitely not.
What?
Definitely not that.
I think that's what the latest update. Yeah.
So it's almost been a year. It's been a year. They did drop it at the top of the year. I didn't think they did. Well, in February of 20. Oh, they had maintenance updates
in 2025.
That's something else. But yeah, I'm pretty sure
the AI answer. The AI answer said that it came out.
Yeah, AI is wrong.
Because it's saying that it's looking at the update that came out in February.
Yeah, I think it came out because look, 24.1 came out July 2024.
Well, it's that dude's video. Oh, but he late though. He not the Larry Ohh Show. That's why he made it 3 months ago or 2 months ago. It's way older than that, bruh.
24.2.
Come on, man.
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't wait for it.
Come on. Gonna be dope, it's exciting to have, like, what I like about FL is that it's very in touch with, like, I don't know, the trend that softwares have been on for a while now, where it's like the constant updates, the upkeep and things like that, listening to the community and all that. So I think that's a really cool kind of interplay where like because sometimes I think softwares and programs will kind of like get locked into their flow and not really progress much. But I feel like FL Studio is constantly like trying new stuff out, getting different DAWs, different plugins, different input from the community, and then just implementing that, you know?
Bro, when I went to NAMM and I was hanging out with them, like I was hanging out with Josh, like I was saying, this dude Kim that's over there that handles marketing, I believe, but also like, but they all wear different hats. That's the other thing too. Like they're not like they all love their job and the company so much that you can tell that they're just into everything about the company. So they all take on different jobs whenever they pop up. Like Josh does 5-10 different things for the company, not just artist relations.
Of course.
But they're all obsessed with the brand. And I'm sitting there like in a we're just like chilling at one of the hotels that are close by NAMM after. And we're sitting there talking for a good like 2 hours just about different features, what features they might be working on. So I'm like getting like some insider information, but like I'm not gonna drop it yet. I can't wait to drop it, by the way. There's some like really dope stuff that they're in the works.
Yeah, Larry was saying before the pod.
Yep. Crazy different stuff. I can't wait.
Crazy, so maybe that's a part coming.
Maybe what they were talking about over there is a part of 25. That would be really cool if it's that close to being dropped.
Maybe.
But like I said, like when being around those guys, you can just tell that they love working for the company and that they're all obsessed with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they all love it. Mm-hmm. They all love the company and working.
Bro.
I also could see that they've pulled in people that are working for other companies that were massively successful. Like there's a bunch of guys over there that worked for Native Instruments. Like the CEO is from Native Instruments.
Right, yeah.
Like they have a bunch of guys that are from Native Instruments.
Right. When that dude came on board, because you always look at like what the CEO has done at their last thing to sort of see what their flavor might be when they come to their new spot. And I noticed that about the Native Instruments thing where it's like, okay, so this DAW is now tapping in with like Native Instruments, which is like a, like VST sort of thing. And I was like, oh, so like emphasis on more like, I don't know, like different stuff coming into the software and becoming a staple in the software as part of like the workflow.
Which is why I think FL Cloud
took off.
Is the way it is right now.
Yeah.
And as in-depth as it is.
Quickly.
Yeah. Because they've pulled people from
quick.
They have people from those teams and have been working on things like that, but now they're implementing it.
Yeah, for sure.
So they're acquiring companies or partnering up with companies that were also associated with them, or just big sample companies like MSX Audio, huge sample company.
For sure.
Now they're doing all that stuff with Flex, which is one of my favorite collaborations probably to date.
Yeah.
That collaboration with MSX Audio and Flex is probably one of the best I've ever seen.
Banger.
But they're just innovating. They're doing new stuff all the time. They're obsessed with the brand, which is why you keep hearing us, which is why I can keep bringing FL Studio news to the community, because there's just always so much to talk about. But let's drop the key phrase today.
For sure.
We haven't done this in a bit. You want to do it?
Mm-hmm.
You want the honors of coming up with the keyword?
Yeah. Key phrase this week is oopie goopy. Oopie goopy.
Is that like a?
It's from a meme. It's from a TikTok that I keep seeing.
Why do I?
Where
know
it's
that?
like
Oopie.
mess with my gang. Mess with my gang, and you're not just messing with me.
No, you. Oh my God, bro! My son played it. That's how I know it.
And it goes.
He played it.
Or Larry.
And Larry at the end of it, bro. Bro, we gotta. All right. So key phrase today is oopie goopy, and I'm
so stoked you knew.
I didn't. It's like mess with me and you're messing with my crew, and it's like.
Oopie goopy.
Yeah,
Lil Jim Bob.
Little Jim Bob.
That's a good one.
He did it with my cats.
Yeah.
He did it. It was the funniest thing. My son made a good TikTok with it too.
No way.
Did it with my cats and
his
brothers.
Yeah.
What did you just go like oopie goopy?
Yeah, oopie goopy meme maybe.
Yeah. We gotta end it with this at least.
You better not mess with my gang, or you'll be messing with Oopie Goopy, General Munchkin Man, Lil Jim Bob, and worst of all, Larry.
Me. Oh man,
funny.
I gotta make that meme. What have I been doing my whole life? How old is this? I feel like it's too old now. 2 months?
No, you could capitalize on it still.
Oh, bro, I gotta do it. I gotta put I gotta think of a good one.
Yeah.
Yo, drop a good meme that I should do with this. Maybe like related to DAWs
Mess with
or
my
FL
gang.
Studio, like you know what I'm saying, and then just
Different
be at the
plugins,
end like this.
maybe.
Yeah, different plugins.
Worst of all.
Worst of all. All right, so yeah, the key phrase today is oopie goopy.
Come
5
on,
producers in the comments on YouTube are going to be getting every single one of my courses from yahelpme.com. I guess that's today's episode. I'm excited for FL Studio 25. I want that new plus button. I also want that new plugin, whatever the hell that plugin is. I want it.
I want that Oopie Goopy plugin.
Yeah, the Oopie Goopy
Lil
plugin.
Jim Bob is gonna go crazy. That Lil Jim Bob reverb.
And worst of all, Edison. But yeah, man, that's gonna do it for this episode. Catch us next week.
Thanks for tapping in.
You want to plug anything? You got shows coming up?
I got a show in May 13th in New York. So if you're in New York and you hear this and it's not May 13th yet, pull up.
Pull up.
Yeah, pull up.
Pull up if you made it this far into the episode.
Yeah, facts.
Appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and as always, share this with a friend if you get me.